You know, Justus this event so far.
2 feet?
2 feet. 2 feet. Surprised they didn't put 3. So, like,
we're going to watch Formal, because last time I watched Formal on Retreat Hardpoint, he dropped 56 kills.
There is a beach ball in the crowd. There are several beach balls in the crowd, Chris.
Things are happening here.
This crowd about to get hyped.
I like it, my friend. Off the break, we're going to see the first kill go into Formal, but on the other hand, Merc opening up 3-0 already inside this hardpoint.
Looking at Merc's perspective, as he's just looking over towards that tile side, taking his time. Waiting to see if anyone else is going to push him. That should be his 4th kill. And in fact, the assist comes, but he does pick a 4, looking for 5. Not going to be able to connect. But Justus with the early lead here against Optic. Not too crazy, obviously, just 14-8.
It was kind of crazy to watch Merc that long and see that he didn't even have to move. It was great cover outside of the hill. We said TCM needs to start off and slay well today. Well, 4-2 opening for him. Merc 6-1. You're currently watching Octane, though. And I want to see, what is this guy all about? You've watched him in the online Pro League, Ben, and what can you tell me about this man's game?
You know, a lot of people came into this event saying, oh, yeah, he needs his internet connection. He needs his internet. I can tell you right now, his shot is nasty. When he gets warmed up, it's like a laser beam. The guy simply doesn't miss. He's a fantastic player, and I think he's answered a lot of his critics so far at this event.
Merc trying to charge in. It is going to be Karma holding down the hard point. Krim's flanking around on the back end. And Ben just spiked a beach ball. We are going to see Krim get flooded at the top, though. Karma's still inside the hard point. Hasn't really had to shoot. He's on a 3-kill spree, and there is number 4. Won't be able to land number 5, and we're going to take it now to Scump, who's still trying to defend this back turtle statue. Will Optic be able to hold a full 60 here?
The key really for me in this match is going to be that Formal versus Octane battle. You know, we talked about Octane and his ability. Formal, another fantastic assault rifle player. He's 7-5, and you can kind of see the way that those two players' scores are actually going to directly affect the result of this game. Currently at 44-31 in favor of Optic Gaming. 5 seconds left before this next hardpoint rotates, and it looks as if Optic Gaming, Justus rather, have secured that spawn, that back cave spawn. You see that on the top of your minimap, those red arrows.
All right, Octane moving across. You can see his teammates in the back waiting to do damage, and unfortunately, 2 are going to fall. Make it 3 will fall at the hands of Krim 6 and Formal. 2 kill streaks each. Formal 10-6 starting to pull away. Slow start for Scump, though. Only 4-9. Let's see what's going wrong with him here at the ASM one.
Scump jumps in towards that hardpoint, picks up 1. Nicely played from him, but as you mentioned, a pretty slow start by his standards, especially on a map like this. 6-9, looking for more. The assist is going to come in. And Optic starting to build that lead back once again. 25 seconds left, but I've got to give props to Justus. I didn't expect this to be this close.
Oh, absolutely. The way they've opened up is really impressive. They are staying right there with Optic Gaming in terms of slaying. A 20, almost 30-point advantage now for Optic Gaming as they are trying to put this game out of reach. It looks like you're going to see the rotation. Formal is going to be the player still inside. I expect them to push down to bar. Justus is going to get there first. The question is, can they hold off Optic on the rotation? Study's going to be the key player here behind enemy lines. He's got 2 players to shoot at, and everyone just flooded right past him.
Yeah, the big issue right there was they gave away a lot of time on that last hard point, and they weren't able to properly secure the next one.
Right.
So it's really going to go wrong for Justus now for a little bit. Expect to see Optic Gaming maybe get over that 100-point mark now. You had 3 players on that hill for a period of time. Karma's there. Scumpy's going to be there as well. And Optic Gaming really building a massive lead. And really, you're going to look back at this map and you're going to see that's where Justus kind of just lost it, essentially.
I said Scump was starting off slow. Well, he went on a 6 streak. He's back to even, fellas. Karma, though, has been playing so aggressive. I like this play style. Last night we saw him kind of playing the more passive role, sitting in the hill with the other guys flood out. Now they're going right at their opponents. As I say it, though, it's going to be TCM working with Study to clear the hill. All red in your kill feed. They're bringing it back, but the game almost doubling up now for Optic Gaming.
And this is exactly where they need to kind of recoup from that mistake on the last rotation. They need to rotate very, very early to this last hard point. You see Study over at that pool wall, has the support of a teammate. I believe that's going to be Merc playing slow up top, but they should be able to get the early time here. Study just playing for his life. There's actually a play directly behind him. He's going to die, shot from behind, but they do have control of the hill. Now they just need to try and slay out. That's going to be very tough to do. 1 player for Justus left on the hard point. That was Octane. He's just going to get flooded by Optic, and unfortunately, Justus lose control.
Yeah, you saw kind of 3 red arrows in the back there, but no one able to pick up a kill as Optic just flooded from the mid. Scump doing a nice job pushing outside of the hard point. And really, that's where I think we need to see Justus kind of change their game up. They're playing very defensively, waiting for Optic to push rather than trying to meet them in the middle. Look at Optic's setup now. You got Scump inside with support. You got someone watching the back. The other 2, it's going to be Formal down low watching one entrance, and Krim was pushing out on the right side. Krim on a 5 streak now. locking things down. It's just Crim and Formal all bows in your kill feed again.
Optic picked up so much time from this last half point. Their setup, as you mentioned, Chris, was pretty much perfect. Justus, very unfortunate at the start, as you kind of touched on. They had 3 players at the back, but none were really able to pick up kills. They expected Optic to push from that pool wall side, but the push never came. They actually wrapped all the way back towards stairs and managed to hold that hard point essentially for every second of time.
Scump staying inside the hard point, waiting for the push. Both stuns connecting with hit markers. And he's going to see the push come through. Great cover on the opposite end. Crim 6 keeping him alive. Scump finally going to fall as we take it back to Crim, who is rotating down low. Off this respawn, Crim's going to hit it with the melee and look for the flank now as they try and pinch in. Optic, again, uncontested inside of the hard point. The pressure not coming from Justus like we saw in the first 2 minutes. Ben, what has changed in Justus's play?
It's not so much what's changed in Justus's play. They're still trying to do exactly what they were doing. It's Optic Gaming. They're in the groove now. They're picking up a lot of kills. Their setups have been pretty much perfect. Crim heating up at 24 and 18. You got Formal at 23 and 18. They're the 2 plays which really need to be shut down. If I'm Justus, I'm trying to make sure that we pick those players up every single time.
On that back attic hill, Crim and Formal went on a 10 streak together.
Yeah, it was
now you're going to see Octane try and get some big kills up in the attic of his own. Won't be able to. The rotation coming from Study will find 1 player. That was Scump, and now he's got to fend off 2 more. Coming from back turtle, he's going to get Formal. Nice kills coming in from Study. The pressure, though, overwhelming, and it will be Optic retaking the hard point just like that. TCM on the flank from the back has an opportunity, though, to break through enemy lines. Unfortunately, Crim, too strong. Back turtle, a 3 streak again, and Crim, I have a feeling he is just going to drop close to 45, if not more.
You know, we always say after the COD champs, that's when Crim really kind of comes into his own. It's the last part of the game cycle where you see him drop those massive numbers, and so far on Advanced Warfare, you haven't seen Crim do anything, you know, drastic in terms of, you know, oh, look at his KD post-event, like the guy's unbelievable. This is really where you could see that happen, and obviously you have to bear in mind he's teaming with the likes of Formal and Scumpy, who throughout AW have been dropping just surreal numbers every single game.
Crim played his role very well throughout the life of AW. Not necessarily the main slayer on the squad anymore, but one of the best support players in the game. A flex player, if you will. Karma really kind of taken on the objective role for this squad recently. But look at Crim. 7 captures already. The rotation's going to come first from this Justus squad. But Optic last time just made it look so simple as they broke through. And it's Crim leading the charge with another 2-piece here as he switches back to the SMG.
He's going to have a couple of players pushing in, throws out that stun, wins the first gunfight, immediately gets traded though by Merc. Formal trying to control that spawns, and you can see Optic do get those favorable spawns. Those back cave pool rock spawn, the blue arrow is going to be flooding in towards that hard point. However, Justus trying to hold out. They're down by just over 90 points now, Chris. This would be a crazy comeback. Just can't see it happening though.
No, it's not going to happen. But really, I'm just watching Optic to see
that
snapshot, who's got the hottest hand right now. I think it's a question of, we're going to win. There's 2 minutes left. It's almost mathematically impossible for our opponents to come back here. But who's going to drop most kills for this OG squad?
Right now, Crim, man. Like, Crim's on form. But this is the thing about Scump as well. He's the kind of player who could be down, and then in the last 2 minutes, he can just kill everything. Like, it kind of becomes like an internal competition between the guys, especially when a game's like this, where it's like, all right, we've won, now let's just kill everything. Let's demoralize the opposition. Don't just beat them, demoralize them.
Now, I was looking at the kills and deaths here from this Justus squad, and Octane, the player that we expected to kind of lead this team, off to the slowest start. At one point, he was 22 and 29. I wanted to see, is he going to get a little bit more comfortable as this game comes to a close? They're going to need him throughout this series, and you need to get a young player like him feeling a bit more confident than he is right now. You see TCM really doing a great job, 32 and 34 on a 4 streak towards the end of this game. Justus, they know they're probably not going to get the win here, but it would be a bit of a morale booster knowing that you can beat Optic Gaming in the final 2 hills.
Yeah, that's how you kind of have to play it, just for that little bit of momentum boost. And big thing to really note from this game is Merc using that assault rifle. That's something that he's going to be doing more and more on this Justus squad. That kind of, oh yeah, you know, Merc's an OBJ player, he can't kill things. That's not necessarily true. Merc for his whole career was, you know, using an assault rifle wasn't until, you know, over towards Black Ops 2 where he kind of transitioned towards that role. And maybe not even Black Ops 2, but it's interesting to see him compete against some of the top flight ARs, like this game, for example. Formal versus Merc has been one of the big AR stories this game, and, you know, Merc's, to be fair, held his own at 30 and 31.
Absolutely, 9 captures as well, so he's still playing for that objective. I mean, Study also. We never talk about Study. The man is 35 and
We've
35.
had no need to, though, right?
Putting
like,
a lot of kills
all year
up.
long. All year long, like, there's been no reason to talk about Study. He just hasn't done anything too impressive. This event, though, it looks like that good old-fashioned Study that you know and love.
Merc also falling. Study taken down first, and now it's going to be Formal challenging at the end. Crim has reached 41, 20 seconds still to go. I said I expected 45, but he simply doesn't have the opportunity to get the kills. His teammates are too quick. Merc picks up a 2-piece, Krim picks up 1, and this one is going to be finished here. Final 7 seconds. Optic Gaming going to take game number 1 in the best of 5 here in our second semifinal.
They did so emphatic fashion, but going into it, I think everyone would expect that to happen. You know, it's hard point retreat. You expect them to pick up that win. If they didn't, that would be extremely shocking.
All right, well, we still have 4 more games potentially to go. First, you got to watch Scump with the nasty 2-piece finish there in the round-ending kill cam. Looking at the numbers, Justus can hang with Optic when it comes to slaying. 35 and 40 out of TCM, just -5.